أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام أشرف المرسلين وخاتم النبيين أحمد مصطفى أبي قاسم محمد مصطفى اللهم صل على محمد وعلى الطيبين الطاهرين صلى الله عليك يا سيدي يا مولاي يا رسول صلى الله عليك يا سيدي يا مولاي يا عبد الله يا رحمة الله واسعة ويا بابا نجاة الأمة فليتنا كنا معكم سادتي فنفوذ فوز عظيم إنا لله وإنا عليه راجعون. صلوات Hope. Hope is something that we all have. We always hope. We see that hope is a feeling in our heart that we have when we aspire for something to happen good. This feeling of hope motivates us to continue on. And without hope, we find ourselves maybe hopeless. Another thing, which is the opposite of hope, is fear. We find that we fear about certain actions that will happen in the future that will hurt our feelings maybe. We should know that these two things should be in the heart of every believer. Fear and hope. We hope for the good, but we fear for the bad. This is normally how it's supposed to go. We find that from Imam Bakr alayhi salam. He said that in the believer's heart there is two rays. The first ray is that of hope, and the other ray is fear. And if you was to weigh both of them, they both would be equal in weight. In other words, we cannot have more fear and less hope and more fear. That sounds about right. Or less, or both. They both have to be even. We cannot say, oh, I hope more than I fear, and I fear more than I hope. The balance in every believer's heart has to be the same. They hope for the best, but fear for the worst. We all hope for something, but in the back of our mind, we also have that fear of what happens if that don't go through. This is just the nature of the human being. But we find that sometimes we fear more than we hope. We fear first and then we don't hope. We fear that, oh, something is going to go wrong. Instead of saying, I hope that everything goes right, but I fear that something may happen. You know, One time there was some people that came to Imam Jafar Sadiq and they said, these are some of your associates. These people are continuously committing sin, but they are hoping for the mercy. I can't imagine what the Imam said, especially when he said that these people are your associates and they're committing sin. You know, the Imams don't want to be associated with nobody who commits sin, and nor can anybody who commits sin say they're associated with the Imams. We even found that some people that even was accused of being associated with the Imams, they started to cry and said, man, we are below to even be considered associates of the Imam. So the Imam, he said, these people are liars. They are not no associate of mine. He said, all these people, they swing from back and forth. They swing from back and forth. And if they were truly my followers, they will know that you will not get nothing. You cannot have hope unless you work for it. In other words, when you have hope, you work towards it. You cannot say, oh, I'm going to commit sin and then hope. You do good and you hope for the best. A big difference. He sinned is like, oh Allah, I know I sinned, but I hope you don't count this one. Please don't count this one. No! You go out. You do the ibadah. You do whatever it is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told us, and you hope that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts it. You hope that this is correct. You hope that the niyat in which you give is surely for all of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and not half for Allah, half for this guy, half for somebody else seeing you, and so on and so forth. But we also have to fear for the worst. Hope gives us this word of motivation that makes us want to go forth and do things. Without hope, we will sit down and do nothing. We will give up. Just imagine if we didn't have any hope. We would just sit in the corner and have no aspirations at all. The first thing we said, oh, I hope I complete this. I hope I do this. I hope. There is the aspiration for us to go forth, to work towards that. We give an example of this that one time, Prophet Isa alayhi salam, he was sitting somewhere and he saw a man which was a farmer. Prophet Isa was watching this man, you know, a farmer do. He tilled the soil. He got his, what you call those machines? Not machines, but back then, it's like maybe like a weed whacker or a tiller, some type of thing they use to make the ground perfect. So they said, at one moment, Prophet Isa alayhi salam, he said, oh Allah, take away his hopes and aspirations. They said at this moment, this man, he dropped his I think it's a tiller machine. He drops it and then goes sits in the corner. He drops it in the corner. He said, oh Allah, take away his hopes and aspirations. Then Isa alayhi salam, he prayed back to Allah. He said, oh Allah, give him back his hope and aspirations. And at that moment, the man got up, picked up his tool, and started to work. So he went towards him and asked him, what made you change from working and not working? He said, at one moment, I said to myself, I'm very old. Why am I still working? I shouldn't work. I should just do nothing. So at that moment, I flung my tool and I sat down. And then all of a sudden, I realized that I need a livelihood and I'm still alive. I have to have some money for myself. I have to take care of myself. So at that moment, I got up and got my tool and I continued to work. Hope. Hope is an action. We move towards things. If we have no hope and aspirations, we don't do nothing. We'll just fall back and say, no, I don't want nothing. I don't want to do anything. I said, oh, it's over. But sometimes we may get hope mixed up. Sometimes we might not know what really hope is. Let's picture this now. Right now we all are into horticulture. Right now we're all farmers. Or maybe some of us have gardens. I know my wife, she have a garden. She started gardening. I've been watching her. I said, mashallah, I don't know how you did it, because before she used to kill plastic plants. Right? So now she has fruits and vegetables growing. I'm like, man, this is wonderful. So now, when we're about to plant a seed, the first thing we do, we look for good soil. Right? We find good soil. We make sure there's nothing wrong with that soil, like any weeds, any insects, or anything. We take rocks out of that soil. We nurture that soil. We make sure that soil is good. Then we plant the seed in the ground once we do all that footwork. Once we do all that footwork, then we start to what? Water that seed. And we continue to water that seed, but we pray to Allah that Allah allow this plant to grow healthy and strong, and also for us to get some type of rain to nourish it. Because you know the best water to nourish plants is the rain from the skies. This is hope. Now, let's look at something else. We have some ground and there's some limestones, rocks, weeds, or whatever it may be. No rain comes to this, or are able to come to this soil. We just throw the seeds like this and say, yes, what? Inshallah, I hope that this grows. Is this hope? No, this is a wish. You wish it would grow. But as you see, compared to the first one and the second one did the work so he could be able to get it to grow. Whereas the other one, he wished to grow by just not even preparing the ground. He just threw the seeds on the floor and said, yes, it's going to grow. Another person, he does almost the same as the second person, but this time, he plants it in the desert. There was no water. He said, okay, I'm going to plant right here in this desert, in the Sahara desert maybe, and I'm going to hope that this plant grows. Now, is this hope? No, this is not hope. So we see that the first one is hope, the second one is wish, and the other one is opposite of both of them. So when we go out and we hope for something, we have to first make the preparations to be able to have this hope come to truth or come to fruition. We can't just say, oh, I hope this will happen and sit back. It's almost like, oh, I said, oh, I hope I get something to eat and just sit back and keep on looking at television. No. We go out, we find provisions to be able to eat, and we pray to Allah and hope that we find provisions. But yet we have fear that we do not find it. Big difference. It is an action in which we go through. It's not just sitting back. Trust me, I had tried this many times. I said to myself on my couch, oh, please, Jamila, that's my wife, please bring me something to eat. I go starving. She don't hear me. My hope is not wishing. I have to go and say, man, Jamila, it'd be so nice if I could have something to eat. She's like, are you hungry? I said, you think so? Yeah. It's a coincidence, I am. There it is. I put out the message. I hope that she will feed me, but I made the work to put out there for her to know that I am hungry. MashaAllah. Now, we have another thing. This thing is called fear. Is it that we fear fear? We fear fear. Fear is almost like a nightmare to us. We fear all that will go wrong. We fear it. Why do we fear so much? Why do we fear fear so much? When Allah has given us hope, tell us through Aql Bayt to balance these two. We find that the reason is we have to look at the two different levels of fear. The first level of fear is the common level. This is the one that all of us in this room may have. Is that we fear that Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala will punish us. We fear that all that will go wrong. This is the basic level of fear. We have that scaredness about everything that go wrong. But all actuality, we shouldn't worry. Because as we learn more about Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala and become more of believers and start getting closer and closer to Allah, then we go to the second level of fear. This fear is that, yes, we fear Allah, but we fear in a different way. We fear that Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala will not, or Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala will turn on us. In other words, not turn, but turn away from us. We fear that we will not be able to get close to Allah. This is the second level of fear. We fear that we not be able to make it close to Allah. And it's like a saying of a sage. He said, one who fears something, he runs away from it. But one who fears Allah, he runs towards him. And this is the type of fear in which a believer is supposed to have. That we run towards Allah Subhanahu with that type of fear. Not the fear of, oh, I fear about the torment in which He's going to give me. Oh, I fear about hellfire. No, I fear that I will lose the grace. That Allah will not grace me with His boundaries or whatever it may be. This is what we should fear. We should fear that we're not able to get closer to Allah, to get the closeness of Allah. This is the fear. But this only happens for those who are willing to go towards Allah Subhanahu. Because this fear is a love. This is not a frightening fear that we think about when we think of fear. Like, oh, I'm scared. No. This is a different type of fear. This is way different than other type of fear. Sallallahu Muhammadin wa Muhammad. You know, it was on one time around Rasulullah. He was sitting somewhere. They say he was sitting somewhere, and he saw this guy. He saw this guy. All of a sudden, this guy just take off his shirt and clothes started rolling in the sand. So Rasulullah, what's going on here? The same thing as all of us. You see somebody just take off their clothes and run into the hot sand. Like, wait a minute. First thing you say to yourself is, maybe I should get up and leave, right? So Rasulullah, he watched this guy until he was finished. And Rasulullah, he told him to come here. You know, let me ask you, you have done something that I have never, ever seen before. He said, I've never seen this before. Why do you do this? He said, I tell myself that I'd rather go through the torment now than there and the hereafter. But by me teaching myself about this now, I do not have to go through it then. So in other words, he trained himself by putting a certain type of torture upon himself to make sure that he will not commit any sins or so on or so forth. And in return, Rasulullah said, let me introduce you to my companions. And he told his companions, look what he did. This is something good. And let's all pray for this person. This reminds me of that when I was a young child. The same type of action, but a little different. My older brother, Muhammad, he passed away. I remember growing up, he was explaining to me the hellfire. He said, turn on the pilot light. I said, Muhammad, why do you want me to turn on the pilot light for? He said, just turn on the pilot light. My older brother, you never want to hear talk what they have to say. So he had me turn on the pilot light. You say, you see that fire? I said, yeah, I see the fire. I'm about to cook something. What you want to do? He said, go and get paper. So I go and get the paper. He said, now throw the paper inside this pilot light with the flame. So I threw it. He said, you see how fast that paper burned? I said, yeah, Mama, I see how fast that paper burned. He said, yes, but the hellfire is more intense than that. Sometimes we have to have some type of example for us to realize how hot this hellfire is. And because of this, my brother showed me like, man, this is hot. But if the hellfire is hotter than this, I definitely don't want to go. This is exactly what this man was doing. He was preparing himself so he won't be able to go through that type of torment when he died. He had that fear. But it wasn't the fear of the first person. He had the fear of the second person. The one who runs towards Allah out of that fear. This is the fear which we should have. Not the one of being scared as though the slave and the master type fear. Different type of fear. We're afraid that the master may torture the slave or sell the slave. No, not that type of fear. We look at also another instance of someone who didn't have hope and fear. He put more fear over hope. And because of this, Allah Jalla, He has taken something away from him. That's slang, I'm sorry. He had taken something away from him. And then he told him what he had done. When we look at the situation of Prophet Yaqub. You know the story of Prophet Yaqub, right? Who was his son? Yusuf. When he had his sons go off, the first thing he said to his sons, that I fear that the wolves may eat him, right? Allah Ta'ala said that, oh, why did you say I fear that the wolves may eat him? He said, because of this, I separated him from you. If you had said that I hope that Allah Ta'ala would protect him, then it would have been something different. He put fear before hope. Instead of saying, oh, I hope he gets protected, but I fear that something may happen. This is an example for us. That we should never fear first, we should hope first. Then with the equal amount of fear, but not one more than the other. Allah, He showed these things to us as examples. He just don't say all these hadiths, these stories just don't come about for no reason. These are lessons for us. These are things to give us some type of idea of how we should be. These are learning curves. Not learning curves, but learning tools for us. Rasulullah, Ahlul Bayt, they are our teachers. Not only that, they are our physicians for those who are sick, us. And we go towards them for the medicine. Because as sick people, we have to go to the physician to get the cure, to get the antidote. Right? But what about the person who has both hope and fear? What type of benefit do this person have? We never really think about that. Does this person have a great benefit? Yeah. One time Rasulullah, he went to go visit someone. He was on his last limb. He was about to die. And Rasulullah, he asked him, what do you want? He said that, this man, he says, I fear for my sins. The sins in which I have committed. I fear for that. I'm sorry. I fear for the sins, but I hope for Allah's mercy. You see how he said it? I fear for my sins, but I hope for Allah's mercy. Then Rasulullah, he said that you will get what you hope for. That you will get Allah's mercy. Because he feared for the sins in which he had, but he hoped for Allah's mercy. And this is what we should do. We should always hope for Allah's mercy. We want Allah's mercy. Of course. This is what we should aspire for. Allah's mercy. So because of this, what he said, Rasulullah said, that you will get what he asked for. Allah. I want to paint a picture real quick. Imagine this is the day of Ashura. And we are on the plains of Karbala. But we're observing what's going on with Imam Hussein alayhi salam. And we find out this is right after the martyrdom of Ali Akbar. And Imam Hussein alayhi salam is standing there, and all of a sudden he hears a baby cry. Now, as a mother and a father, when you hear a baby cry, what is the first thing in which you think about? You want to go and attend and see what is wrong with this baby. So like all parents, Imam Hussein alayhi salam, he went to go see what's wrong with this baby. This baby in which I'm talking about is called Ali Asghar. Ali Asghar was the youngest amongst all the people of Karbala, just 6 months old. So as you know, of a 6-month-old baby, it cannot tend to itself. But because they had taken away from them the access of the water and everybody was thirsty, the baby too was thirsty, and because of this, the baby was crying for some type of water to quench his thirst. So as a parent, the first thing he thought about is that I have to go and get something for this child. Because now my parent intuition has kicked in, and now I'm thinking more of the child than myself. That I must do whatever I can to make sure this child gets what it needs. So I am now going to sacrifice whatever I have to go. So Imam Hussein, he goes to the mother, Rubab. And at that time, you know that she's going to go over to ask for some type of water. So like all mothers, before a child goes out, Rubab want to make the baby look so presentable. She fixed the baby up and even put a small turban on the head of the baby. Now as we look, can we imagine right now how the mother is feeling because the baby is crying over some water? So the Imam said, I'm going to go and I'm going to ask them to give some water, but how can they deny a baby some water? You're looking at people that can deny a baby water. Islamically, we can't even deny animal water, let alone a small infant that cannot take or help for himself. So as the Imam, he goes towards the army of Yazid. He asked them, not for me, but for this child, please give the child some water. And if you think it's for me, let me go and walk away. So you know that this water is not for me. You see out of the hatred of these people, they could not even give the baby water because they was more afraid of Yazid than that of Allah for denying the baby for water. We find that the people start getting so sentimental about how the baby is making faces and licking his lips and being so cute, like how a 6-month-old baby would be. When Umar Saed, he go, he gets his entree, he said, and now you must stop this. Now just imagine, you cannot give the water, you pleading to the people, your enemy. Oh, please, I understand that you want to kill me, but please, have a heart for the baby. Who cannot have a heart for a baby, none other than a senseless, heartless individual? I have never seen no one who does not like a baby. And as he tried, the archer, he went back with the arrow, and he pulled the arrow back, and all you hear is swoosh, and it swoosh, and it hits the baby, and out his neck. It was so deep that it launched into the shoulder of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. And now we see that the baby is lifeless, and the baby didn't do nothing but just wanted to quench his thirst. happened to her child. We know that the love of the mother is far more intense than that of the father, because the mother loved the child 9 months before the father. Once the mother knew that she had a baby, she started to sacrifice everything she had to make sure that baby would be nurtured. So now the Imam had to go to Rubab and tell him what happened. What's going through the mind of Imam Hussein is that how can I be able to do it? So as he walked towards the camp, he started to say, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. And then he started to walk backwards. And then he said, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. And then he started walking forward. He once again said, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. And he started walking back. Because it's so difficult for him now, because his baby that had nothing to do with what's going on now lost his life just because of being thirsty, just because he was the son of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, just because he was the grandson of Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam, just because he was the great-grandson of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Just because they was given revelation, and because of that, these people disliked them. As we sit here, we look at our children. Can we fathom going through what Imam Hussein and Rubab is going through right now? Having to bury our 6-month-old baby right there in the plains of Karbala. It is so difficult. It's so difficult. Why? Why that these people did not give the baby some water? Some simple water. Allah has given us water to quench the thirst. Not to hold for itself. To quench the thirst of the baby. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. ولا سن الإنسان لا في كسل الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر وآخر دعوانا والحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى على محمد وعلى الطاهرين. يا حسين 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 Oh my Esther, darling Esther. Oh my Esther, darling Esther. Little Esther, my love Esther. Little Esther, my love Esther. Oh my Esther, darling Esther. Only 6 months, how could it be that the tyrants were unable to see your innocence?
darling Asghar. Oh my Asghar, darling Asghar. Why have you gone and left us alone? Without you, Asghar, there is no home. There is no peace, there is no joy. There is no peace, there is no joy. Oh my Asghar, oh my Asghar, darling Asghar. Oh my Asghar, darling Asghar. I only just saw you crawl. I wanted to see you grow tall. I wanted to see you walk. I wanted to hear you talk. I wanted to hear you talk. Oh my Asghar, darling Asghar. Oh my Asghar, darling Asghar. Asghar Sakina will not sleep. The emptiness of your cradle makes her weep. She will not rest or even smile. She will not rest or even smile. Oh my Asghar, darling Asghar. Oh my Asghar, darling Asghar. Curse be on him who tore your throat. Curse be on him who left you so hurt. Curse of Allah on those tyrants. Curse of Allah on those tyrants.
Yeah.
Saed.